And I am about to piss people off. I'm about to lose subscribers. I know it. But if you happen to be somebody who don't disagree with my message and you like what I talk about, you like what I do here, again, go and make sure YouTube haven't removed your subscription. They still doing it. I'm still getting the emails. So again, make sure you still subscribe to the channel if you want to be. Now, if you don't want to be here, like the people I'm gonna piss off with this video, I ain't talking about you. You unsubscribed yourself. But if you didn't unsubscribe, go check, make sure you still subscribe. And make sure you got the bell notification on, so where it says all, that little bell, touch that, they're gonna turn white where it says all, click all. They're supposed to let you know every time I drop a video, but they don't really do it. And to world champ Achilles, I don't know if I said that right, 1985, thank you for joining the membership. And I think you joined twice. You was world champ, now you got Achilles on it. You wanna join twice, I appreciate it. Merry Christmas, everybody. Today is December 2nd. Watch our fast December 25th be here if we live to see it. If you're still waiting to get some Christmas stuff, Christmas shopping done, you got 2 days to do it. It'll be Christmas in 2 days. Watch what I tell you. Anyway. Now, people often tell me that know me and know my mom, my biological mom. See, there's a lot of people that didn't like my mother. And there's a lot of people that don't like me. Not because she did anything to them. My mother had a big heart to her friends and whatever, people, you know. And so do I. And people often compare me to my mom in a certain area. And for the same reason they didn't like my mother, they don't like me either. And it ain't cause she did something to them. She ain't crossed them, stole them from them, talked behind their back, none of that. I don't do that either. I ain't stolen nothing from you. I ain't gonna talk about you behind your back. I ain't gonna cross you out, sell you out, none of that shit. I'm loyal. I'm a man of my word. I'm all that. But people still. There's something about me that I've accepted it a long time ago, and I'm okay with it. But it's something about, because I ain't trying to change it. There's something about me that runs people off. Well, I ain't got a lot of friends or no friends at all. Or people don't like really being in my presence if they full of shit. Now, if you somebody that's straight up, solid on the up and up, you ain't full of shit, you ain't gonna mind being around. But if you somebody that's full of shit, on some dumb shit, on some BS, be lying, pretending, acting, faking, I ain't the one you wanna be around. And my mom, before she passed, she ain't the one you wanna be around. People tell me often, just like your mom. You don't care who feelings you in. You gonna tell the truth. I'm brutally honest. If you're fat, oh, you're fat. But not in a mean way. I'm gonna say it in a loving way because, like me, I'm fat. For a bodybuilder, that is. People say, big boy, you ain't fat. I am fat. I'm in the bodybuilder. For a bodybuilder, I'm fat. My waist and all that. Y'all know what I'm talking about bodybuilder. I'm fat for a bodybuilder. And I acknowledge that. That's what makes me keep trying. I don't want no stiff dog, big boy. It's okay, you ain't that bad. I'm bad. And I need to do something about it. Stop talking about it. If I want to be ripped, whatever, do something about it. But right now, I'm brutally honest with myself. I tell y'all all the time, I fucked my life up over you. I did a bunch of dumb shit. If I'm going to tell the truth about myself, you don't want the truth, don't bring me right around me. And a lot of people say, hell, if you do, take a bath. I ain't gonna wait till you leave and say, what was this thing? I ain't that dude. And I don't want you to do that for me. If I stink, tell me so I can go wash my ass. Instead of going around other people stinking. When you could have told me, I'd go. And I don't mean call me out and talk, well, you stink. I ain't gonna holler at you. I'm the type, I ain't gonna do it in front of everybody. I ain't gonna holler at you. I'll call you to the side. This ain't good. Good to me, man. Kind of cutting up a little bit. Oh, no, bro, I just got off work, man. I'm gonna take a shot. I know, man. My feelings. I do it like that, they gonna punch you out in the jank and try to make a fool out and embarrass. That ain't what I'm talking about. But I'm gonna tell you the truth. A lot of people say, I don't fuck with people. I don't know what the hell you think. I'm sorry. My mama was saying that. So now, when it comes to this guy here, that a lot of y'all hate, he reminds me of myself at a particular reason. Not because I'm some Uncle Tom bootlicking sellout, but because he reminds me of, I see myself. And not because he's a racist, you gonna hate black folks, that ain't what I'm talking about. I'm talking about stuff like saying what's on his mind. Don't care who don't like it. Brutally honest. You may not agree with what I'm saying, but I'm gonna say it. You don't like me, you gonna talk about me, you don't F with me, I don't care. You don't tell you. Hold on.
Good for a reason. Your country stinks, and we don't want them in our country. I could
Hold on, y'all. I could definitely begin it.
say that about other countries too.
Hold on. She's gonna piss it all off.
I can say it about other countries too.
I gotta figure out the other way Jack Morgan be doing this shit. Where you at, Jack? Hold on, y'all. I gotta play this from the beginning.
I can say it about other countries too. We don't want them to hell. We gotta our country. I can say that about other countries too. I can say it about other countries too. We don't want them to hell. We have to rebuild our country. You know, our country's at a tipping point. We could go bad. We're at a tipping point. I don't know if people mind me saying that, but I'm saying that we could go one way or the other. And we're going to go the wrong way if we keep taking in garbage into our country. Ilhan Omar is garbage. She's just garbage. Her friends are garbage. These aren't people that work. These aren't people that say, let's go, come on, let's make this place great. These are people that do nothing but complain. They complain. And from where they came from, they got nothing. You know, they came from paradise, and they said, this isn't paradise. But when they come from hell, and they complain and do nothing but bitch, we don't want them in our country. Let them go back to where they came from and fix it.
Say it again.
I don't want them in our country. Their country's no good for a reason. Their country stinks, and we don't want them in our country. I can say that about other countries too. I can say it about other countries too. We don't want them to hell. We have to rebuild our country. You know, our country's at a tipping point. We can go bad. We're at a tipping point. I don't know if people mind me saying that, but I'm saying it. We could go one way or the other, and we're going to go the wrong way if we keep taking in garbage into our country. Ilhan Omar is garbage. She's just garbage. Her friends are garbage. These aren't people that work. These aren't people that say, let's go, come on, let's make this place great. These are people that do nothing but complain. They complain. And from where they came from, they got nothing. You know, they came from paradise, and they said, this isn't paradise. But when they come from hell, and they complain, and do nothing but bitch, we don't want them in our country. Let them go back to where they came from and fix it.
Losing subscribers in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bye. Hey, if that ain't me, that's why I can't be president. I couldn't do this shit. They want to kill him, shit. I get death threats too. Imagine this. Somebody coming to your house and then complain about your cooking, complain about your living room. It ain't big enough. You need to clean up more. Complain about the bathtub. Complain about just whatever in your house. Just complaining. When you say, man, get your ass out here and go back where you came from. Think about that. Somebody that came in your house, you let them in. And then when they get there, all they do is bitch complain about it ain't clean, it ain't big enough, it ain't this, it ain't that. You need to fix this. It's effed up. I don't like how you run it. I don't like your rules. You invite them, you let them in your house. And they don't like the rules in your house. They're too strict. You need to cater your rules toward what they like. You need to talk how they like to talk. Talk about what they want to talk about. Watch what they want to watch on your TV. That's what these people are doing now coming over here. The Ilhan Omar, whatever her name is, all these folks, these foreigners, and Mondani dude in New York. They leave some fucked up places. Just like he said, big country, shit. It stinks. It does. Have you ever been to the ghetto in America? It stinks. And like he said, and I say the same thing, how you think it got like that? Did the country make itself like that? Or did the people make it like that? Now they F that country up and want to come over here to this one. And we just let them in. Think about this. Have you ever lived in a nice neighborhood and then Section 8 people from the ghetto start moving in? What ends up happening to your neighborhood? I ain't worried about being politically correct. He ain't me. I don't care who cut me off and don't like me. You can't say that. Yes, I can. I said. Have you ever been in the ghetto? The slums of America. Did the ghetto make itself like that? Did the ghetto throw trash out there itself? When you see all the trash laid out all around. Hold on a minute. Now, most people will say, well, that's poverty. People in poverty, this, that, and the other. Is poverty making you throw your trash on the ground, not put it in the trash can? Trash everywhere. That's a mindset. Is the ghetto making you paint that graffiti on the wall? They walking right past the trash, nobody pick it up. Did the ghetto make itself like that? Or did the people make the ghetto like that? Cause I grew up, and my family from the projects in Mobile, Alabama, didn't look like this. Because once upon a time, there were like a lot of elderly people in the projects and grown folks or whatever. And they cleaned up, even though it was a project and the people were poor, it didn't look like this. It's the type of people that live there. It ain't got to do with being rich or poor, broke, homeowner, none of that shit. I grew up in the project. It didn't look like this back then. Because it was a different type of people. Look at all that trash on the ground. Now, my question is this. This is not to knock poor people, because I ain't for rich. Do you want people with that mindset to do their own communities like that? You want to live in your hood? Where you live? Can't be politically correct over here, okay? Be easily offended, whatever, you're in the wrong place. This is the flat out truth, I don't care who don't like it. Would you want the people with that mindset right there? Just because they ain't got no money, it's okay to throw trash on the ground and all the other shit. A lot of y'all are making excuses for people that live in poverty. I grew up in poverty. The majority of black people in America grew up poor. But all of us ain't like that. It's a mindset. And when people in the hood get money, what they do? Move about the hood. Why? Because they want to get away from the buildings? No, they want to get away from the people. Am I lying, black people? You work your ass off when you came up in the ghetto. And you wanted to get out the ghetto. Not because of the building. You wanted to get out of the ghetto because of the mindset of the type of people that live in that ghetto. Well, that's the same thing he just said. Them people come from country, they done destroyed. Now they coming over here, what you think they're gonna do here? And then get here and complain. Don't like our laws and rules. I should be able to just walk across the border if I feel like it. Anyway, now y'all see why I ain't got no friends. And you also see why I don't care. Don't want to. Here with it. If you can't stand truth, can't stand to be around me, I'll talk about anybody. My own family. If they wrong. Myself. I done told y'all about all the dumb shit I done did. If I ain't gonna tell the truth about other folks, if I tell the truth about me, I don't, and you can judge me. I'm telling you, I done did some of the dumbest shit in the world in my lifetime. Made some of the stupidest decisions you can think of. I did that. Ain't nobody else got to tell you about me. I'll tell you about me. So if I'm willing to tell you the truth about me, you ain't gonna tell the truth about other folks? And you think I care who get mad about it? I'm gonna tell you. I work my ass off. I'm doing the best I can for myself and for my son. I don't want my son growing up in the hood, in the ghetto, around ghetto ass people. I don't. I ain't say no race. I said ghetto people. So for you clowns are gonna come, you don't like black folk. Did I say black? I said ghetto. You ever been to a trailer park? Them white folks in there. Ghetto is here. I said ghetto. Just like you got white people that don't want to be living in no goddamn trailer park around other white folks. That's ghetto. I don't want that either. So basically, what he just said, I know y'all gonna be holding your pearls. I can't believe he said that. I can. I would say the same goddamn thing. As a matter of fact, he won because of saying shit like that. Y'all don't want to accept that. And y'all gonna call it racist and misogynist. We wasn't ready to vote for a woman. Blah 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 blah. That man won because of saying shit like that. And it resonated with the majority of Americans, black and white. Black people think the same way. They ain't gonna admit it and feel around other black folks. I'll be it. There's a lot of black people that voted for that man called the what he just said. Shit like that. And they be thinking it, can't see it. He's saying with millions of people, I'm scared to say. He's not. And I'm not either. Get it, got it, good. Bye.
On my Facebook, you know what happened last night. Late last night, I was fine. I was out there boxing and getting everything ready. And all of a sudden, I laid down, went to sleep, actually got into bed early. And then I woke up about 3 o'clock and I knew something was wrong. I was hot, and you just know when you're about something bad's about to happen. Feel it. Just feel it now. Here we go. So about 3 o'clock in the morning, I got really sick. Now, remember we just did an article on the neurovirus. And didn't realize I had it. I did visit my doctor because I was trying to get her to work with me with doing this thing with the turkeys and hens. So I was trying to get some sponsors to do it. So I was visiting her, and I must have picked it up. But 3 o'clock in the morning, all of a sudden, I was throwing up so badly, kind of like you do when you got food poisoning. I was so sick. I don't think I remember. I mean, I've been sick before. This ranks in my top 5. And I knew I was in trouble. I truly did. And I was like, okay, I'm just going to post it on Facebook so if I die, at least everybody knows to come and get me. Because when you live alone and there is nobody, this is what you got to do. I learned that lesson with my mother. You know, when Mom got sick back in TV, that's all we always tell you. You never know when your last turn if you're not saved. Do it today, because you might not be here. But I learned that definitely with Mom, because when I sent her to the hospital, as sick as I was, because we all got it. My stepdad got it first. He had a heart attack. She got it. Takes her out. I got it and almost took me out. That was in 2021. I've done a good job because I was in nursing at the time. I was doing a good job of keeping that out of this house, even though with what I did professionally. But when we got it, it was a cascade. But I learned with her, nobody would have known. We didn't have anybody coming out of the house. And I thought to myself last night, well, if I beat you all home, I hope somebody finds my bodies and takes care of Gabe. Because I was more worried about Gabe than anything else. I don't even care about me if I die. I'm not scared of death whatsoever. I'm more worried about Gabe. So if y'all don't see me 2 days and I don't come back on, I've left. But somebody please ask about Gabe. That's all I care about is him. That once I'm gone, he can get fed and taken care of. That's really the only thing I care about is him once I'm gone. But so I put it on at 3 o'clock in the morning just so people knows if I didn't make it through the night, come and get Gabe. So he's not here by himself, and plus I don't want him eating me or something. You know, it's a joke, people. Just saying. But that's what happened to me last night. Today I've been walking on the eggshells. I've ate twice. I've seemed to hold it down. So far. So I'm just praying that it holds. And I knew that I had to go out today because today I had to take care of all the events for the Ark family. We're feeding over 200 people on the 21st. We've purchased over 80 turkeys or hams. They can get either. That's through the local grocery store. We took care of that. So we'll give out certificates for those families in need. We've taken on, I think, another church today was giving out stuff to people, and they were saying, I guess they didn't know about us. And they said, we need Bibles more than we do anything. That's the most requested thing that people was asking for Christmas. And I put under there, I don't know if she ever messaged me back, but I put under, honey, we'll take care of it, whatever you need. I don't know if she ever did reply to it. But we've definitely got enough Bibles through this family to be able to do it. Let me see if she ever replied. Doesn't look like she did. They must not have seen it. But they was desperate. And it seems like everybody is right now. Oh, here it is. So Heather, let's see. Well, looks like I have. This is Karen Bryan. I might need a messenger. She's not that far from me, so I am going to message her when we get off of here because they needed Bibles desperately. This here, does anyone have Bibles they can donate? So I'm actually going to message her while we're on here. So this is pretty much what I do all the time, by the way. And I'll find out about these, and even if they're in multi-states, it's like God will lead us to them, and all I got to do is reach out, and then we just send it straight to them. But once again, why is God doing this? That's always the question we have. And the answer is, he knows that the tribulation saints are going to need these. And he's putting them in circulation. He knows where each and every... Don't think that God don't know where each and every Bible that we've ever put out is. He knows. And he knows every tribulation saint. Now, I'm going to tell you all an amazing story that happened to me today, and then we'll get into the news. Well, Sister Shelley called me. She was worried about my post last night, and I got there. I said, I did that, so something had happened to me. Somebody come get Gabe. And she was on the subject of why God does so much for us. And I automatically, through the Holy Spirit, heard an answer to what she was saying that I've never really thought of. And I don't think any of us have. Now, maybe some of you have, but I've never thought of this. But when Sister Shelley was asking about, God doing all this for her, and she don't understand why sometimes, I heard in the Spirit, it was so clear, so vivid. It's because I've already walked with you. And I thought about that for a second. And the Holy Spirit was also explaining to me what I heard. And it's something I never thought of. And as much as we do this, we should have, but for some reason, I never have. God, Jesus himself, he's not in time like we are. So he sits outside of time, so he knows the past, future, or the past, the present, and the future. So he's already seen us in heaven. We've already walked with him there for eons. He's already seen it. And I don't think any of us really thought of that. And that's what the Holy Spirit was telling me. We've already walked with him for eternity. He knows. He's already seen it. He's already seen us individually. So he knew this. Listen to this. This is something it's never occurred to me. When we was born, he did honestly already know who we was and which path we was going to take, because he's already seen us in heaven. Ain't that amazing? We still had free will, but he already knew, because he'd already walked with us for eternity in heaven. He's already seen it. He has seen eternity already. So he's seen each and every one of us. He knows us that well. That's amazing to me. And the Holy Spirit laid that on to me for her. And it's just something I've never thought about. He's walked with us for eternity. He doesn't see in time like we do. He's seen way into the future, millions of years. And we've been there with him all that time. So he knows us very, very well. Because he's spent eternity with us already. He's already seen it. Has anybody else thought of that? Floored me, people. As long as I've been with God, that's never occurred to me. So, ain't God great? And I can't wait to get there. Spend all that time with him, that is for sure. All right, so Witkoff tonight said Zelensky's meeting canceled, which we kind of figured that was going to happen because it's never going to go anywhere. Now, the U.S. Special Envoy Steve Wilcox and the President's son-in-law Jared Kushner meeting in Moscow. Witkoff and Kushner were supposed to fly to meet Vladimir Zelensky to discuss the Russian reaction. That meeting with Zelensky was canceled. It is not yet confirmed who canceled, but the meeting did not and will not happen. Outside observers believe the reason is the cancellation is simple. There's nothing left to talk about. Like I said, God's already warned us what's about to happen for these guys. He's already done it. We already know it's coming. All we can do now is warn people that it's coming. Now, for him to give us the new version of the KGB, the SVR, which is a word I've never heard of until that dream did warn about it. Now, something else, Holly Two Moons was talking on there, and I don't know how to contact Holly, but she was talking about the dream. Now, it's funny, she did a video, I don't know if it was today, let me check. We love Holly. And she drawed a lemon tree. Now, Holly, if you're listening to this, the funny thing is, I saw that same lemon tree 2 weeks ago in a dream, and I didn't think it meant anything. I didn't understand it. My first thought is, man, we're stuck here to spring. That was my first thought, and I just kind of didn't pay any more attention to it. But for one moment in time inside that dream, I saw a lemon tree, and it just showed up like I was looking at it in a vineyard. And there was just no reason for me to, I don't have lemon trees and don't want lemon trees. I don't even care for lemons. But I saw that lemon tree, and it was just very quick, very fast. So that's amazing that she's basically got the same thing. Again, I've noticed that a lot of stuff she's gotten, I've gotten. or stuff I've gotten, she's gotten. So God definitely works with us both, and we're both from West Virginia, but we would have never met anybody if it wasn't for YouTube. So that's what I was telling you, why this family, me and you, that are listening today is so important. He can actually talk to us through multiple people over multiple miles. That's why it's so important. That's the one reason why we started the channel, people. That was the main reason. If we was going to know how close we was to the rapture, we knew that he wasn't just talking to us. We needed to find more individuals that was talking to him so we could all figure out and that we are getting the same stuff. It looks like he's pretty much everybody we've talked to are getting the same 22. It's always something about this 22. So we're waiting now to see what happens on this 22. Now, I don't know much about Hanukkah. A lot of people are talking about it right now. I don't know much about Hanukkah. I just don't know. But what I do know is God is warning us to keep an eye on it. So He's telling us that the SVR is going to play a big role in this. We need to pay attention, okay? So that's what we're doing. Until that time, like I said, I'm out and about as sick as I was today. As sick as I was. Now, that neurovirus is supposed to be a 24-hour bug. I'm praying that's what it was, and it's gone. I can still taste and smell that funny smell. But literally, I seem to be fine right now, but I had to do things today. I had to get them done because I'm running out of time. To be able to pull it through these dinners and get these turkeys and hams. Like I said, we're just doing a certificate. It's a $25 certificate to the family members, how we've got this designed. And we'll just hand them out either they want a ham or turkey. They can either get both. Tickets are $25 a piece. That sets that up for families because we've got so many families here that are just... It's bad. It's worse than I've ever seen, to be honest with you. I'm getting reports from churches, and just now that we're I'm up with most of these food pantries. I'm getting a full view of how bad it is here. Now, Mingo County, which I am in, is the poorest county in the United States. I'm truly thankful, don't challenge, because what I know ain't just head knowledge. Some people are okay, but most here is not. There's not a lot of jobs here at all. It is either you're a nurse here or you're a coal miner, or you're going to make minimum wage and barely. So what we have found out this Christmas with inflation as high as it's been, yeah, gas is cheap, like Trump says it is, but everything else has went through the roof. That's how they get you. They lower the gas and raise the price and everything else. All you mothers that are listening to this, you know what I'm talking about because you're out there grocery shopping. You know what I'm talking about. It's tremendously bad. If I go buy meats now, I'm like, oh my gosh, how is a family buying this stuff? Because I'm a carnivore. I like meats. Bottom line, but I almost can't afford them. I'm about to become a vet. What is it? I just wanted to probably just go on to where I'm eating vegetables at this point. Now, my mom was the same way. My mom didn't even care for me. She more liked vegetables. I just never did care for vegetables. Now, I love carrots and stuff like that, but most of the fruits and stuff, I've never been a fruit guy. I love strawberries, and when I was younger, I hated them. But I've never been a big apple guy, orange guy, anything like that. I've never have been. I wish I had been. I'd probably be a lot healthier. Vegetarian. Why wouldn't that word come to me? I don't know. With everything we're watching now, also this Japan 30-year bond hits at 3.47. A lot of stuff coming out of Japan. Japan looks like, even though they're our friend, they're really trying to take a toll on our economy. Now, I don't know why. But the way they've been doing things with their stimuluses and everything, that hurts us. They are the #1 owner of American bonds, okay? Now, these bonds, every time that they sell them off, it makes our inflation go higher. This is another thing that's been causing us all kinds of issues with inflation. See, when they sell all stuff off, say they own a lot. Them and Japan, them and China own more of our debt than any two countries. Now, when they sell off that debt, what happens? It comes here and then inflation goes up. That's why. And all of a sudden, within the last 2 weeks, Japan has been doing a lot of this. Either selling off our stuff or adding different things to their government, which is hurting our banks. So this is also another reason why people can't afford food and everything else that's going on right now. I wanted to mention this. There's 1.5 million bags of shredded cheese sold at Walmart, and Target recalled over metal contamination fears. How do you get metal in cheese? I don't know. That says more than 1.5 million bags. And I put this out there because I eat a lot of this cheese. Shredded cheese sold at retailers including Walmart and Target have been recalled over the Ohio-based manufacturer warned products may contain metal. How many things have we been reporting over the last couple months that's just been recalled? It's almost unsafe to even order anything or go buy anything at the store. The Great Lakes Cheese Company, it's a Hiram, Ohio-based firm, initiated the volunteer action affecting multiple brands sold in major retailers. Now, the biggest brand I can find is the kind I get, and that is the Great Value cheeses. And that's the FDA classified the action on December the 1st, and the recall remains active. They didn't give me a list of the I don't think. Let me see. I do got the brands, but I don't know what stores they sold it in. All right, so it says FDA-linked update includes Always Save, Borden. Borden's big. Brockshire, that's another one. Cache Valley Creamery. I don't know how all these have the same thing. Coburn Farms, Great Value, which is Walmart. Happy Farms Food Club. My goodness. Gold Rush Creamery, Freedom Choice, Good and Gather, and others. So this thing is major. So the affected products run from January through March of 2026, depending on the brand and formulation. Great Lakes Cheese did not issue a public press release through it and did not notify people of the problem, according to the FDA. So there's your thing on the shredded cheese. See, NATO member plans 24/7 conscription. Now, Lithuania has presented its 2026 draft plan. Now, why are they doing this if there's going to be a deal maker? Now, Lithuania is in a bad spot. They're there in the Baltics. And if this thing does come hot, they'll be one of the first ones to fall. Lithuania has unveiled an expanded conscription plan that will run year-round from 2026, becoming the latest NATO member. Germany just started this too. Remember, we talked about that. To ramp up mandatory service as the bloc intensifies the armies. The expanded plan is to allow young people to be called up straight after high school. This is exactly what Germany did. As I said, now Satan's going to get his war. That's why this is happening. I understand why it's happening and what's going to cause it. Now, they have to be 17 years of age, do mandatory health checks. The Baltic states restored military service in 2015 after a 7-year suspension and later made the draft. So we're seeing that with all the Baltic states. Now, we got a lot of brothers and sisters that actually listen to this. They're living in the Baltics. So they get to see this more up close than we are. But I can just tell you from what we've seen, I got a chance to listen to Monkey late last night, and he was talking about all the equipment still pouring into Europe. Now, Trump can say all he wants, he's not giving stuff to Ukraine, but that's not what we're seeing. Same thing goes for, we're sending a lot of stuff into Saudi Arabia, Israel. There's probably more stuff right now headed towards the Middle East, and I don't even know, to be honest with you, I don't even know how it's possible, because we've already sent them enough stuff to basically level the Middle East 50 times over. Seriously. So what are they still sending in there? That's the part that just boggles me. But they're definitely preparing for a war. And Israel's going to be ready when it does happen, because they've sent enough stuff in there to level Iran easily 10 times. So that's something to pay attention to. Still waiting to see what Trump is doing with the Caribbean. I'm kind of feeling that might wait to the rapture itself before that goes off, because it seems to be there's a lot more tied to it than what they're telling us, which we know that. We can tell it. You don't move an aircraft carrier the size of the Ford into a place also that's kind of tight like they're doing. So there's definitely something there, which we will never tell you where it's at, because we don't. One thing I don't do here, I support and love the men and women of the uniform of the United States military. My whole family was military, so I don't ever give troop movements or anything like that. Now, that's something I don't do. I don't tell locations or anything. Now, we know they're down there, but I would never go do that. Monkey's the same way. They're the same way. He's got that in him, too. So we know they're down there. And we do see the ship movements. You can actually track ship movements. And the one thing that always grabs our attention is the fight over the pinch point. So the pinch point of Panama Canal. That's one of the pinch points. Whoever owns the Panama Canal pretty much can control the war. It also happens in the Suez Canal, which is Iran's got the biggest part of that. That other one is the one going into the Black Sea with Turkey. That's how, if you got to go to Ukraine or Russia, you got to go through Turkey's pinch point. Okay, so those three areas in a world war become more valuable than you'll ever imagine. And right now, this is how we know we're going to war. All of them are being battled for. When you see them fight over the pinch points and they start to mark their territory, Iran's doing this right now with the Suez Canal. Everybody's trying to get that to where they can't block it, because in a world war, that's exactly what's going to happen. That's another reason why we know what they're talking about peace is not peace, because they're trying to get those pinch points. And they've been doing this now for about a year. They've been trying, every country's trying to shore up their rights to these. Why do you think the first thing that Trump and them did, besides put nuclear bombs back on basically the assembly line again, was go straight after Panama Canal, because they knew they was going to war. Listen, Trump and them already knew they was going to war. Now, they've told everybody peace, 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 but they already knew. There was plenty of signs. They already knew they was going to war. That's why they went straight there. It wasn't because China was down there. Listen, that China's been down there forever. Had nothing to do with it. They knew that that was going to be the most valuable thing that they needed to get a hold of. See, forever, they kind of just let it go, because remember, back before 2020, what was happening? All countries shared. They all shared resources and everything was clicking. Everything was moving. So nobody ever thought there was ever going to be a big war. That's why they did that. That's why they did the on-time shipping and all this stuff, or on-time in demand, or whatever you want to call it. Because that was supposed to, when they designed it, if you're sharing all this technology and mineral rights, you're never going to go to war, right? Well, they didn't realize they should have read a Bible, because eventually it was going to break down. That's what happened. When they figured that out, that China was going to hoard, they did. Trump and him was not done. I told you many times, Trump's a lot of things. He's not stupid. First thing Trump did, he knew he needed to take that. If he was going to go to war, he needed the Panama Canal, and he needed to get them out of the Caribbean. Because Russia and China is pretty much all the way up on our doorstep. They are. China can listen to Washington, D.C. from spy dishes are sitting right in Cuba right now. And our government let them build them in there. All we did under Joe Biden. I mean, he was in, everybody just done everything. It was all set up that way. But literally, they've let all that stuff come in, and now they're like, okay, we need to get them out. But, you know, the PLA, which is what runs China, Chinese people are great people. Love them. I always pray for them. There are 240 million people there. I mean, that's almost the size of this country that are Christian, but they have to be underground. So they have to hide to be able to serve Jesus there. It's horrible. And they've got a version of the Mark of the Beast system basically going on there, and they can literally write you off anytime with this system. That's why I do believe the Antichrist will use their system, because their system can write you off, and then you're just doomed. If you don't do exactly what they tell you to do, when they tell you to do it, you're done. And that's what he's going to do once we're gone. The good news is the Blessed Hope's going to get us, and we're going home. I wish I knew when. We know it's close by everything we're watching, especially with Israel. They're saying within any time right now, Israel, Lebanon, Iran, and from what I'm seeing from flight radar, there's definitely something happening there. We're still sending a ton of equipment in. We're also sending it to all of our partners that protect Israel. Saudi Arabia, also in Qatar, all those places. We're sending stuff in there. That is also, so if Iran does attack, they can protect those places, so they know something's coming. There's ways to know what they're going to do before they do it, and we know that because there's signs, okay? Nate can do this over at Canadian Prepper. He knows the signs. He's been doing this long enough. So is New York Prepper. Same thing. Greg knows the same thing. If you do this long enough, you can see the signs to what we do. And what with flight radar, you can check ship movements. All that technology is there today that we used to be. They could lie to you and you just believe what they have. You can't. There's no, that. We know better now. Technology's until they take it off. Then we're back to where we was. And it's very possible that could happen, that they know we're watching through that stuff and they could take it off. It's very possible. But not now, they can't lie because we see the things that they're doing. And that tells us another story. Now, everything the United States is doing in Kaliningrad, the Middle East, they know they was going to war, people. Same thing with the Caribbean. They knew. And if they knew, that's why they've been going after these pinch points. That's how we know they're going to war, even though they're telling everybody they're not. But the good news is, like I said, Jesus knows what they're going to do, and we will be gone before they do it, okay? That's the good news. We all know that we're in that time because Israel is the timepiece. All you got to do is look there, and as Keegan Fernandez would say many, many, many times, the proof's in the pudding. There's multiple prophecies we're sitting on that could happen in the next 20 minutes. When you see those, that's the sudden destruction Paul was talking about, because they're all going to happen at the same time. That's probably how that's going to happen. You're going to probably see the Psalms 83. You're going to see the Jeremiah 49, and probably others at the same simultaneous event. Could you imagine being stuck here after that? That's probably what God has been warning us about seeing. But that's going to happen, and it looks like it's all going to happen in one day. Not a prolonged time. I mean, bam, out of nowhere. And that's what God's been warning us about. We call it the dark, cloudy day here. Because it seems like everywhere people have seen the rapture happen, it's what happened. It just turned dark and cloudy. And it's like a storm. And that's why Jesus told me many years ago, and he's told multiple people since, I am the storm, and I come in the storm, and I am the storm. That's how he said it. And that's what we're looking at. But the good news is, the closer all these things are coming, the closer we are to getting home. Trust the gospel. 1 Corinthians 15, 1-4. Jesus died on the cross for our sins, past, present, and future. He died, was buried, rose again on the third day, according to the scriptures. Trust in Jesus and Jesus alone. Confirm everything through him. Do not take your eyes off of him, people. Stick with him. Stay in your scripture until we're out of here. We're going to keep trying to make a dent in this and get Bibles out as many locations as we can. There's going to be much of a way for tribulation saints to be able to stumble without running into a Bible somewhere the way we're doing it. And that's what we want to do. I love each and every one of you. If I don't see or hear from you again, I'll see you at home.